Russia is building a new naval base in Abkhazia. The Navy named the reason and gave details. Russian occupiers are building a new point in Abkhazia basing its fleet. The reason is that the Novorossiysk port is not suitable for basing due to weather conditions, while Crimea is becoming increasingly dangerous. The commander of the Ukrainian naval forces, Vice Admiral Alexei Nishpapa, spoke about this in an interview with UP. This is not really a base, but a basing point, most likely for the dispersal of the ship's personnel, because it is impossible to keep the entire fleet at one base. Moreover, Novorossiysk is not a very pleasant port for basing due to weather conditions, especially in winter. Sevastopol is a very closed bay. It is very geographically suitable for anchoring ships. It is protected from all winds except the westerly. Very symbolic, by the way, said Nishpapa. According to him, in Novorossiysk there are very unpleasant winds called Bora. This strong wind comes from the Caucasus Mountains and makes the anchorage of ships in this port very dangerous. This thing shows that the Ukraine have got some time to their best. Woman broke her spine while fleeing explosions. Details of the attack on a Kharkiv hotel. A missile strike in the center of Kharkiv injured 9 people who were in the hotel and 4 residents of nearby houses. Everyone is in a state of shock. They have wounds and bruises. Expert says that the missile must be a S-300 missile. The first missile hit the entrance to the hotel. The second hit the roof of the building on the other side. 8 cars were completely burned and many people got injured. And in other side, Volodymyr Zelensky said we discussed further military aid to Ukraine and tangible actions to advance Ukraine's path to EU and NATO membership. It is also necessary to begin talks on a bilateral agreement on security guarantees. And he's saying thanks to Prime Minister Selina for the support for Ukrainian people. The UK and its international partners continue to support Ukraine. And this all about Ukraine, then let's make a deep discussion about Russia. Russia adds more weapons and resources for its military in preparation for possible war in Europe. They having Kinzhal and Zircon 3 submarines, 11 surface warships, 1 Sarmat ICBM 2-160M strategic bombers, 1 the Nyaz Porharsky Bori, a classic strategic nuclear submarine. This all are the military units currently they added to their army to fight Ukraine and other Europe countries. In other hand, Italy's defense minister Guido Crosetto has called for greater diplomatic efforts to end the war between Russia and Ukraine, despite Kyiv's warnings that Moscow has no intention to do so. This word shows that Guido Crosetto no need to fight against Russia, they just need to stop the war. To end without a massive fight. So Guido Crosetto need to prepare their military for the great war between Ukraine and Russia. US sanctions Russian entities over North Korea's ballistic missiles. In response to the transfer and testing of North Korea's ballistic missiles for potential use by Russia against Ukraine, the United States has imposed sanctions on 3 Russian entities and an individual. Antony Blinken, the US Secretary of State, emphasized the gravity of North Korea's actions, stating that the missile transfer supports Russia's war of aggression, exacerbates the suffering of the Ukrainian people, and undermines the global non-proliferation regime.